Hello, my beautiful people. I hope all of you are doing well and are enjoying this Valentine's weekend. Um, I'm on weekend call, so I'm on call the whole weekend. That ideally means you go to work on Saturday morning and then you stay till evening. You don't go home, you stay overnight. Then you wake up in the hospital on Sunday, spend the whole day in the hospital, stay overnight, then wake up again on Monday when you're still in the hospital, if you get to sleep, and continue with work kama kawaida on Monday. Yeah. So I had to make a bit of preparations. I'm currently in my house. I have not left and it's past 5 p.m. I was just lucky. So I know I've mentioned in other videos that ideally in the ICU you choose whether you want to come on Saturday or on Sunday. But the fact that I was on call didn't really matter because I'm either way I'm supposed to be in the hospital. But I requested my the boss, he's an eco. I requested him for not to be present on Saturday but to come on Sunday, but I'm still on call. So I had to make prayers. No prayers were made so that I'm not called in early because it wouldn't really make sense. So fortunately enough, I've not been called in the whole day and it's past 5. So I'm currently preparing. I cooked yesterday for the whole week because I knew I wouldn't be around and I didn't know if at what time I would be called. So I made some food. I made some meat stew with cabbage, rice, and nilipata nguvu ya kutengeneza chapo. So I made that. So I've packed what I'll carry. I'll show you I've packed what I'll carry. So at least supper for Saturday and Sunday. And then the rest I'll put in the freezer. Yeah, because stima inacheza. So I don't want it to get spoiled. So the rest I'll put in the freezer. I'll show you guys. I didn't show you guys preparing because it was yesterday evening. I was so tired. And clothes had to be cleaned and kukunjwa, folded. The house also needed cleaning, and yeah, maybe next time I'll show you guys how I usually prepare, but need to kupika, unajua kupika tu. So yeah, and also I had a visitor who came in, and at least I got to spend time with him, which is a really good thing. Prayers were answered, so I wasn't called in. Yeah, so I just want to clean the dishes, take a bath, pack what I'll need because I'm going to be living in the hospital for the next 2 nights, and hopefully I'll be able to show you the things I'm going to do. So yeah. So I've just finished washing the dishes. Thankfully, no call yet, so that's a good thing. If maybe I had a car or something, I would have just opted to stay in the house. But it's actually just safer to go to the hospital in case I get a call uko 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. When I can't get someone to take me there, transportation. So what have I done? I've already prepped the meals, I've packed them, so it's just putting them in the fridge. I finished washing the dishes, I've already packed whatever I'm going to go with. That's basically it. Let me show you. So I've just finished washing the dishes, nimepanguza counter. So these are the chapos I made jana. I've packed them. Then this is the rice and the stew. I've made enough for 5 days. Yeah. So I just want to put them in the fridge. Like, I had left them open so that they cool down. So I just want to put them in the fridge. I've just made the rice today. Jana just made stew and the chapos. So I had to leave it to cool down a bit. And that's my supper for the week. Okay, so I'm ready and I've actually just received my first call. So I'm heading there. Good morning. So I've just come to the end of my weekend call. It's Monday morning. The birds are singing. The sky is blue. Yeah. So I'm just heading to work. First, I have to go hand over any of the patients I admitted over the weekend, give the consultants an update, give my colleagues an update so that during the rounds they don't get to miss reviewing any patients. Yeah, hopefully we'll have a class today. This is supposed to be my last week in the ICU, and I'm not so sure how to feel about that. Yeah, so I'll update you guys better on how the weekend call was once I get home. But yeah, happy Monday. Oh, and it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day too. So I'm all warm and ready to leave. Saying goodbye to the what has been a home for the past 2 nights. This is part of the team that I got to spend the week with, and especially my call weekend with. And they were really amazing ladies, very dedicated to their work, very kind-hearted. It was really amazing spending time with them, and I just wish them the best in their future endeavors. Mood when you've been on weekend call and you're still around by 7 p.m. because it's raining. Hey guys, so I just wanted to give you guys an update on how the weekend call went. So I'm sure by now you've seen that I left the house at around, it was closer to 7. I'm not sure what time exactly it was, but I was arriving at the hospital at around 7:05. I got my first call when I was still in the house, and it took me about 5 minutes to get there. So I had decided to go stay at the hospital because I live 5 to 10 minutes away from the hospital, which is not far. But as I keep on saying, Kijabe is kind of like an ushago. So by 8 p.m. most things are closed. Like it's not easy for you to get like a mat or like a nduthi or a taxi, and then there are no Ubers huku, so it's not really safe, especially as a lady. So I had decided that I'd just go stay in the hospital just like any other call. So I got my first call just when I was about to leave. Yeah. So the night started at, I arrived at the hospital at 7:05. I reviewed my patient. It was a patient, an RVD patient with really severe anemia and some liver issues like liver masses. Yeah, so Saturday wasn't really that hectic. It was just basically reviewing patients. Some needed admission, some didn't need admission, and I just chose to stay in casualty. So I was heading to my room, to the call room, maybe past 1 or 2. Yeah. Fortunately, once I left casualty, I didn't get any call till the next day at around 8. I was supposed to go around in the ICU and I had totally forgotten. So I was in a deep sleep. I don't know how I forgot, but I arrived in time because we usually start around at 9:30. Yeah, so Saturday was a chill day. In between the day, I got several calls, several consults. So a consult is usually, what it means is that this is a patient who's already admitted, whose primary diagnosis has already been made, who's currently on management but might be decompensating or might need a new renewal of drugs, or maybe it's a surgical patient and like they want you to do like a pre-op assessment. Yeah, so I got around 3 consults on Sunday. In the wards, what else? Honestly, it was a really chilled call. I didn't admit it. I admitted several patients, but unfortunately they were not able to pay the service bills, so they had to be referred to another hospital. Now, on Sunday evening, on Sunday afternoon, I was called again to the casualty. So I was in ICU and I was in casualty. So I was called about a patient who'd tried to take their life. Yeah, and I felt really sad. I felt really sad. So I went straight to talk to it was a young girl. I went straight to talk to her. I'm not really sure what happened to her because I had admitted her, but I didn't see her today in the wards. So I was just thinking about how I'm not sure if hers was depression or anxiety or both. I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to spare some time later on and just talk about suicide and suicidal ideations. Anyway, let's put that aside. So as I was dealing with this patient, trying to see if this patient will be admitted or not, I'm not really sure what I was doing in casualty. We had an ambulance, and usually once you hear an ambulance, you start preparing, you wear the necessary PPEs, nini. So there was an accident, I'm not sure where it was, along the way towards Limuru, and we had how many casualties? Several casualties. There were children involved, literal babies. So anyway, I won't go into the gruesome details. I'm not smiling because it was a good thing. I'm smiling because, as I've said, they were babies, like maybe at most 1.5, maybe 18 months. So there were 3 kids who were in the accident, and then later on another car came So there were 2 accidents. I'm sure you all know about the Maimaki one, so I won't mention that. But these ones are just separate accidents, like 2 road accidents, and each of them had kids. So, because like their mothers had to be assessed, the kids had to be assessed, you know, the relatives had to be assessed, so they had to be separated, and the kids were just crying. They were like, hey, it was like the world was ending. They were just screaming and crying, and I don't know. So I went to check on one of the kids, and I don't know what she saw in me. She just grabbed me, and she did not want to let go. She did not want to let go. She was just holding on to me. So she already had the ECG leads, and they were trying to do like a fast ultrasound. They were trying to assess, you know, like the basic ATLS protocol. Fortunately, they were fine. But now I ended up, like, it was so funny. I'm a doctor at the emergency department, but I ended up babysitting these kids. So I was just like, I had to put Baby Shark. So people at the casualty, as much as it was like a serious situation, you just see like maybe a doctor passing through doing do Baby Shark do. So it was so I don't know, I felt so connected to these kids. I have said before I'd like to do pediatrics, but this was just, I'm not sure yet because I wanted to rotate everywhere, but this was just reinforcing what has been in my heart for quite some time. So eventually all the people were assessed. Fortunately, they were all okay. Then as I had already, as I calmed down one of the kids, the other one was still screaming. But eventually there was a point I was holding all the 3 kids like this, and we were watching CoComelon. So everyone was just telling me, babysitter, you're doing a great job, you're doing a great job. You know, it was so interesting considering like everyone else was just up and down looking for like things, looking for resuscitation gear, whatever, like doing fast, doing what. And me, I was just there, you know, babysitting kids. But I thank God they were okay. I'm not really sure how they are now. Yeah. So I stayed in the casualty till around 11 p.m. and went to sleep. And again, fortunately, I wasn't called till this morning. So that's basically a rundown of how my call was. It wasn't as bad. I know once I go to OBGYN, I might not even have time to be doing such sit-downs and explaining how things are, because everyone tells me it's very hectic. So far, IMED hasn't been bad, but I'm just finished. I'm actually finishing my first month in IMED on Friday. So my assessment of IMED so far isn't bad, and I've really enjoyed it. So thank you guys once again for watching. We're now at 58 subscribers. There are some videos with over 100 views. I'm so grateful, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. And so this week we're going to be having a guest during the weekly vlogs. So I'm going to put this episode as a special episode because I just wanted to document my weekend call separately. So yeah, at the end of the week, as I'll be posting my weekly video, we'll be having a special guest. Her name is Dr. Kathleen Kabil. She's going to be telling us her experience in med school, her highs, her lows in med school, and her experience currently at internship. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm really greatly honored. So I can't wait for that, and I hope many people are going to watch what she's going to tell us. So yeah, thank you so much to my 58 subscribers. Thank you so much. We are growing slowly but surely. So yeah, good night guys. I'm so tired. I just want to eat and sleep because tomorrow is a full day. Good night. Nawapenda sana.